Morning students, hope you all are well. So in our previous class we have already discussed about amoeba. Today we'll discuss the next kingdom, that is the fungi. Okay, so this kingdom, they consist of some plant like organism, not proper plants what we generally we have seen, not the proper plants, but this plant like organism, they are mostly multicellular and they are not green in nature. That means they cannot do photosynthesis. Okay, means no such pigments are present there. As I have told, these are the multicellular organism, but one unicellular organism is also there, like yeast. They are the only unicellular form of fungi. Okay, and rest of other form of fungi, they are obviously multicellular. So fungi are eukaryotic cell or eukaryotic organisms, and so as you know that eukaryotic cells or the eukaryotic organism, they has a well defined cell, means membrane bond nucleus, well defined nucleus. Okay, next, now we'll see what are the some general characteristics of this fungi. Okay, so most of the fungi, they contain the vegetative body. Vegetative body means like plants, they are having some filament like structures. Okay, so they made up of a number of long and multicellular filament like structures, which are known as hyphae. Okay, so some filament like structures that are known as hyphae. Okay, now a network of such hyphae is called that mycelium. That means this filament like structure, each of the filament like structure is known as hyphae, whereas this bunch of the hyphae is are known as means this bunch of hyphae is called the mycelium. Okay, so as I have told that they don't have chlorophyll, that means their nutrition is heterotrophic, and they sometimes show the saprophytic or parasitic mode of nutrition. So what is saprophytic mode of nutrition? You know, when the organism they depend on the dead and decaying matter for their nutrition, that is called the saprophytes. So some fungi like mushroom, moles, toadstools, these are saprophytes. So they will grow on dead and decomposing plant and also the animal matter, from where they can take their nutrition, so that they can grow and develop properly. They can grow in size, increase in number. Next is parasitic form of fungi. Okay, so some fungi like the rust and smuts, they are parasitic in nature. They take their nutrition from other living organism. Okay, which is known as the host. So when they are taking the nutrition from the host body, obviously they are making harm, or it is harmful for the host. Okay, so this parasitic fungi, they can cause different type of disease in both in animal and plants, as they are parasitic in nature. Okay, now one very important fungi, that is rhizopus. So in this chapter we will broadly discuss about this rhizopus. Okay, as you can see, this figure is showing, it is the structure of the rhizopus. So let's see. So this rhizopus is a fungus that grow on the organic matter, like some rotten fruit, some stale bread. Okay, on these things they can grow. So sometimes they can grow on other household items like leather, damp clothes, and sometimes really on paper. Now if we'll see what is the structure of this rhizopus or this fungi. So molds, they have the molds. Okay, so molds appear as a cottony mass, and that consists of some thread like structure, which already I have told, which is known as the hyphae. Here you can see some thread like structure. Okay, you can see here the stolon, and upper side of the stolon you can see some filament like structure, which are known as hyphae. Okay, each hypha is a single continuous column that filled with cytoplasm and several nuclei. That means in that portion also they are having the cell organelle and nuclei and all that. So the hyphae, they grow out in all direction to obtain the nutrition. So this whole structure is actually the structure of the rhizopus. I think all of you have seen that during rainy season, mainly in rainy season, you have seen some some white uh, cottony structures they formed on the bread, and sometime on the rotten food. So that is actually the rhizopus that make the food rotten, or that make the food some means poisonous. So if we'll eat that food, obviously we can't eat that food, but if by any case we will eat that food, so it will form many problems, different type of disease, diarrhea and some other disease in human or in animal. So the hyphae that grow downward to obtain the nutrients from the organic medium, like the braid where the rhizopus is growing, so forming the root like structure which is known as rhizoid. As you can see here, rhizoid it is showing. So rhizoids are the roots of this fungi, that is the rhizopus. So for what they are present, they are present to take the nutrients from the organic matter or from the medium. The hyphae that grow upward, that forming the slender column which is called the sporangiopore. So you can see this round black color structure, that is the sporangium, and within the sporangium some spores are present, because this fungi they show the asexual mode of reproduction when the spores burst when favorable condition come. So from there another new fungi will form. So they form the sporangiospore. Sporangiospores, the tip of each sporangiopore has an oval structure which is known as sporangium, which bears the spore or which contain the spore. They liberated the spores which germinate in a favorable condition where the organic matter or the proper organic medium is present, and so that they can grow new individuals. So this is about the fungi.